Well, listen, just hours after that explosive news conference, a Trump PAC sent out a mainstream media accountability survey to its supporters. Among other things, it asked people to report cases of unfairness and to grade the performance of the press. Probably an F. Now, many of the 25 questions had a similar tone to the president's earlier remarks, such as, do you believe that the mainstream media has reported unfairly on our movement? And do you agree with President Trump's media strategy to cut through the media's noise and deliver our message straight to the people? All right, let's get straight to our political power panel. From the Independent Women's Forum, we have Hadley Heath Manning and Washington Times contributor Eric Schiffer. Thank you both for being here. Okay, Hadley, a little bit of preaching to the choir. I have a feeling I know what those survey results are going to be.
That's right. This looks like smart political outreach to his base, to me, an opportunity for them to give feedback. No matter what happens with that feedback, this email probably got a high click-through rate, maybe raised some money, and capitalized on the Trump base feelings towards the mainstream media.
All right, Eric, is this genius? You know, to Hadley's point, strengthening the base. He certainly, I think, did that in that news conference yesterday, went over the heads of the media, taking shots of them as he did so, and spoke straight to the people of this country who got him in the White House.
Yeah, look, it's genius. There's no question. He gets his audience. He gets the fact that these are people that really do not trust the media. And by the way, sending that message, it's like sending a message to fans of the New York Yankees asking them if they like baseball. So, I mean, it's kind of no-brainer, right? I mean, it's right on point.
But to follow up, Eric, is this a good strategy for Donald Trump? I'm talking more about his, you know, his blasting of the media and the liberal media at that. Is it a good strategy?
I think it's the right strategy. The Democrats continue to be in disarray, so there really is no opponent. They need an opponent. This is a great opponent. In fact, we know that many people in the media are certainly liberal, certainly are not fans of Donald Trump. For him to take them on does two things. Number one, it creates an opponent that he can really frame and keep the attention on. And second, I think what it does is it dilutes a lot of their attacks. Because if you can take away their credibility, then the messages that come from them, especially if they're negative, are muted significantly with the American public. That's part of his strategy.
Hadley, look, it's coming up to 30 days. I think it's this weekend marks the 30-day mark, which to me feels it's been a lot longer than 30 days because he does so much in every one of those days. How do you think he's done up to now?
Well, it depends on who you ask, certainly. Yeah. When you look at polling, Republicans tend to be very optimistic and hopeful about the Trump presidency. Democrats say they're very uneasy. And it will be important for Trump over the course of the next 4 years to talk to those voters who are in the middle, who are trying to be objective and trying to understand what he's doing, trying to give him a chance, and talk directly to them, give them justifiable reasons for the actions he's taking, for the agenda he's pursuing, and actually get things done. So focusing on tax reform, health reform, working with Republicans in Congress, those are the things he should be focusing on next.
Yeah, but Eric, you know, the opposition, the Democrats, you know, they're not going to say yes to anything. They are obstructing at every turn of the corner. They'll just say no before they even know what the issue is.
Well, they can only say no to so many things because at the end of the day, they've got to produce results too. And what we learned from this election is there are a lot of people that are hurting, that they need jobs, they need a better quality of life. The Democrats, they can't ignore that. There's no way they can ignore that and continue to succeed. They get that message. They're going to have to play ball there. And I think what Trump is really doing is he's ignoring right now the middle. I think he's focused on the base. And what he's focused on is producing results. Because you produce results, you get jobs, it's over. You don't have to worry about messaging. You have the message.
Yeah, just needs to get to that point. The proof of the pudding, as they say, is in the eating. All right, Hadley and Eric, thank you so much. We'll be back with both of you again in just a few minutes. Thank you. Now, while the mainstream media is slamming President Trump for yesterday's news conference, others say overall he's in fact accomplished a lot. We have former Trump transition team advisor Katrina Pearson with us next to break it all down.
He likes getting stuff done. I love that about him. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Those of us who've been conservatives pent up here, fighting the Obama administration, the progressive left, he is a conservative, and he is ready to take on these challenges. And so that is what I'm excited about. He moves so fast that people are scrambling to catch up.
rage over White House leaks. How bad could this get, and can it really be stopped? An NSA whistleblower has answers on Dobbs, part of our must-see early prime lineup.
Monaco Rare Coins has discovered a hoard of absolutely stunning, original, mint-condition Morgan silver dollars. Without question, the most collected United States rare coin in existence. The 1918 Pittman Act authorized the conversion of 350 million of these coins back into silver bullion. We're very excited to have discovered this hoard in this type of condition, original mint condition on this particular hoard, especially with a broad range of dates. You have the opportunity now to buy these coins for a fraction of what they've traded for in the past and for much less than many dealers charge today.
Now you can purchase 20 certified brilliant uncirculated Morgan silver dollars from Monaco and receive the 21st coin for only $1.
Take advantage of this introductory offer. These coins are over 100 years old, and once you hold one in your hands, history just comes alive. Give us a call at Monaco and reserve your historic set today.
Call Monaco now at 1-800-663-1929. That's 1-800-663-1929.
I had so many reasons for not losing weight, for putting it off. Sound familiar? It's time to take control with Nutrisystem.
Introducing new Lean 13 from Nutrisystem. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast. Money back guaranteed.
You gain energy, you improve your health, and you lose weight. I'm Marie, and I lost 50 pounds on Nutrisystem.
Order your 28-day plan right now. With Lean 13, you'll get specially designed meals, plus 1 week of new NutriCrush bars to crush cravings free, and 1 week of Turbo Shakes to bust belly bloat free.
Belly fat? Got that under control, too.
Call or go online in the next 2 minutes and we'll even throw in FedEx shipping free. Lose up to 13 pounds and 7 inches overall your first month. Millions of people have lost weight on Nutrisystem.
It's time to take control.
Go online or call 888-538-THIN right now and get new Lean 13 with bars and shakes free.
People just can't get enough of me and my discounts. So this year they're getting a whole lot more. Fox 365, the calendar. Everyone knows my paperless, safe driver, and multi-car discounts, but they're about to see a whole new side of me. Heck, I can get you over $600 in savings. Chop chop. Do I look like I've been hurt before? Because I've been hurt before.
Actually, your session is up.
Hang on. I call this next look Junior Year Abroad.
There, I just saw it. Where? There's something gold in the water. Right there. I missed it. Where's the remote? Hit the remote finder button on the hopper.
Hey guys, I've got it. Why don't we show you what's really in the water?
Uncover a lost remote with the touch of a button. Just one of the amazing treasures you get with the Hopper and Joey from Dish. The Curse of Oak Island, Tuesdays at 9 on History.
He's a lot taller than I thought he'd be.
Well, President Trump defending his performance in office, telling the press that despite inheriting a mess and not having a confirmed cabinet, he has managed to follow through on his campaign promises. Take a listen.
I inherited a mess. It's a mess. Beginning on day one, our administration went to work to tackle these challenges. In each of these actions, I'm keeping my promises to the American people. These are campaign promises. We've directed the elimination of regulations that undermine manufacturing. We've imposed a hiring freeze on non-essential federal workers. We've stood up for the men and women of law enforcement. We've undertaken the most substantial border security measures in a generation. We've ordered a crackdown on sanctuary cities that refuse to comply with federal law. We've begun a nationwide effort to remove criminal aliens, gang members, drug dealers, and others who pose a threat to public safety. We've taken decisive action to keep radical Islamic terrorists out of our country. We've also taken steps to begin construction of the Keystone Pipeline and Dakota Access Pipelines. I've started by imposing a 5-year lobbying ban on White House officials. We've begun preparing to repeal and replace Obamacare. There has never been a presidency that's done so much in such a short period of time.
You know what? That is quite a long list. Joining me now is former Trump transition team senior advisor Katrina Pierce. And Katrina, thanks for being with us.
Good to see you, Ashley.
There is no doubt this is an all-action president like nothing we've seen before. But my question is, when you read the headlines in the newspapers and on the networks, is he getting enough credit?
No, and